Hi, my name's Josh and I'm a guitar tutor for South Lanarkshire Lesbian Culture, and today I'm going to teach you 3 really easy riffs that you can play. We're going to do The Simpsons, we're going to do Seven Nation Army, and we're going to do Iron Man. So I'll play each of these. So The Simpsons goes like this. So that's the first one we'll do. Then there's Seven Nation Army, which you'll have heard before. You might not have known that this is what it was called, but it sounds like this. And then the last one we're going to do is Iron Man, and it sounds like this. Okay? So, let's begin with The Simpsons, maybe the most familiar one, or definitely the most familiar theme tune, and it goes like this. So, we're going to start with our second finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. Okay? And then it's going to go to the 2nd fret on the D string with your 1st finger. And then your 3rd finger is going to play the 4th fret on the D string. So you get. Okay? Now your fingers are actually going to stay in the position of each of these frets for this song. So your 1st finger is going to do all the frets and all the 2nd frets. 2nd finger is going to do all the 3rd frets, and your 3rd finger is going to do all the 4th frets. So middle finger on the 3rd fret of the A, 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the D, and then your 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the D. Okay, so you get that. And then you're going to move your 1st finger down to the 2nd fret of the G string. Okay, so the first 4 notes. And then you're going to play the open G. Okay, so 3rd finger on the A, 3rd finger on the A string, 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the D string, then move your 1st finger down to the G string, and then it's the open G string. Okay? So that's that first part. So that's the first part of the riff. Try and just play that a good few times, maybe about this speed. And then once you can do that, just repeat that part again. And just keep doing that at that speed until you can do it without even really having to think about it. And then you're ready to move on to the next part. Yep, so then after this open G, you're then going to play move back up a string to the 2nd fret on the D string, and then you're going to go up a string again to the 3rd fret on the A string, and then you're going to play the open A. Okay, so after the open G, it's the 2nd fret on the D string, 3rd fret on the A, open A. So you get. So all together so far you've got. Now same as before, the way you practice this part. Practice just add in those last 3 notes. 2nd fret in the D, 3rd fret in the A, then open A. And then just practice that line together, nice and slowly. Now the next bit is really, really easy. All you're going to do is you're going to move your finger up to the 2nd fret on the low E string, the top string here, and you're going to play that 3 times. And then you're going to add your 2nd finger onto the 3rd fret of the same string and play that once. So 3 times in the low E, 2nd fret, and then the 3rd fret once. So 3, 1. Then you're just going to do that exact same thing again, 3 times in the 2nd fret, once in the 3rd fret, but this time you're going to move your 1st finger down and you're going to play the 2nd fret in the A once. So the first time it's 3 hits on the 2nd fret of the E, then the 3rd fret in the E, and then you do the exact same thing, 3 hits in the 2nd fret of the E, then 3rd fret in the E, and now this time you go down and you hit the 2nd fret in the A, and then to finish it off you're just going to play the 3rd fret in the A 4 times. Okay, so you've got so 3 in the 2nd fret, 1 in the 3rd fret, 3 in the 2nd fret again, 1 in the 3rd fret, and then you move down to the 2nd fret of the A string this time, and then you're just going to play the 3rd fret of the A string 4 times. And once you've got that, that bit's a good bit easier than the first section, because you're not really moving your hand about, it's just about hitting the string the right amount of times. That's the whole riff. Then, like you did before, just try and add that on to the first part, so you'll get and you're just going to play that over and over again until you can get it nice and smooth. Nice and slowly at first. And then over time you can speed that up. So yep, that's the first riff, that's the Simpsons. The next riff we're going to do is 7 Nation Army. Before you try this one though, make sure you can play the Simpsons really well. Practice one riff at a time type thing, but once you've got that one down, move on to this one here. So this is 7 Nation Army, and it sounds like this. Okay, that riff is going to repeat quite a few times. And then after about 3 or 4 times doing that, it goes like this. Okay, so this riff's all played in the same string, so it's all played on the A string, which makes it quite easy. So we're going to start with our first finger on the 7th fret of the A string. Now, you're having to count up quite high here to the 7th fret, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which can take some time, but if your guitar's like mine, and it has these dots on it, you see the dots here? The 3rd dot on the neck is always the 7th. So if you've got dots in your guitar, just move up to the 3rd dot and then you'll be in the 7th. That's a nice easy way to get to the beginning of this song. So all of it's in the A string. So we're going to play that A string, the 7th fret, and we're going to play that twice, using our first finger. Then we're going to go up to our 10th fret. Now use your pinky for this. If you use your pinky, you can just count up 8, 9, 10, and your pinky should be on the 10th fret. So you're going to play the 7th finger, you're going to play the 7th fret with your first finger twice, and then you're going to move your pinky up to the 10th fret, then you're going to take it off, play the 7th fret again, so you get, okay, 7th fret twice, pinky up to the 10th, then the 7th fret again. Now this time all we're going to do is we're going to play the rest of the notes using this same first finger that we played the 7th fret with. We're going to move down to the 5th fret, then we're going to move down to the 3rd fret, then we're going to move down to the 2nd fret. Okay, so after the 7th fret, move the same finger down to the 5th fret, then down to the 3rd fret, then down to the 2nd fret. So you get 7 twice, 10th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret. Really quite simple. Just try and use your pinky because it's so simple, this one, that you might as well try and get your pinky to play this 10th fret to help strengthen it up. So 7, 7, pinky and 10, 7, 5, 3, 2. And that's the riff. You're going to play that about 3 times in a row. But on the 4th time, we're going to add in a few notes and we're going to get. Okay, so starts off, it's the exact same riff. 7th fret twice, pinky up to the 10th fret, back to the 7th fret, then we're going to move down to the 5th fret again, move down to the 3rd fret, but this time instead of moving down to the 2nd fret straight away, we're going to take our 3rd finger and we're going to put it in the 5th fret of the A, and then back to the 3rd fret on the A, and then to the 2nd fret. So we get. So we're essentially just adding in a couple of extra notes. So you go 7, 7, 10, 7, down to 5, down to 3, then we go back up to 5, using your 3rd finger this time, back down to the 3, and then finish it as always on the 2. And that's it. And then after you do that, you just go back to the normal riff. And you play that again 3 times, and then the 4th time you add in the extra 2 notes. And that's all there is to that riff. It's pretty easy because it's all on the 1 string. So it's quite a good riff to practice, and it's really memorable as well. So yeah, 7, 7, 10, 7, 5, 3, 2. Pretty much just, most of it's just using your 1st finger on 1 string. And as I said, if you've got the dots in your guitar, just count up to the 3rd dot and that will get you to the 7th fret. And then the 2nd dot's the 5th and the 1st dot's the 3rd. So it's quite easy to make your way up and down the neck. But yeah, so that's 7 Nation Army. Same again, make sure you practice that nice and slowly. Get it sounding really good before we move on to the last riff. Yeah, so Iron Man sounds like this. Okay, now as I was saying, it's very similar to 7 Nation Army because it's all played in 1 string, but it is a wee bit trickier because there's a bit more to the rhythm, but it's not too difficult. So we're going to start with the open E string this time, and then we're going to put our 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the E, and we're going to play that twice. So we get open E, 3rd fret, and then we're going to play it again. So the rhythm goes open E, 3rd fret, 3rd fret, and then we're going to take our 3rd finger and we're going to put it in the 5th fret. Again, it's all in the low E, so open, 3rd fret, 3rd fret, and then up to the 5th fret. And we're going to actually play that 5th fret twice. So you go open E, 3rd fret twice, and then 5th fret twice. And that's the rhythm. And slowed down, it sounds like this. Okay, that's sort of how you should try and do it. So open E, then you're going to use your 1st finger in the 3rd fret and your 3rd finger in the 5th fret, and you're going to play each of those notes twice. And then we're going to take that same 3rd finger that just played on the 5th fret, and we're going to move this up to the 8th fret this time. And we're going to play 8, 7, 8, 7, using our 3rd finger on the 8 and our 2nd finger on the 7th fret of the E string. So moving that third finger up to the 8th fret, play the 8th fret and then the 7th fret with your middle finger, then the 8th fret again, and then the 7th fret. So you get 8, 7, 8, 7. So you get open, 3rd fret twice, 5th fret twice, 8, 7, 8, 7. Okay, so 3rd finger and 2nd finger for the 8 and the 7. And then we're going to move back down to the 3rd fret. We're going to play that once with our 1st finger, and then we're going to play the 5th fret twice to finish it off. Okay, so after 8, 7, 8, 7, 1st finger in the 3rd fret, and then 3rd finger in the 5th fret. And we're going to play that twice. 8, 7, 8, 7, 3, 5, 5. Okay, so after your 8, 7, 8, 7, just move back down to the 3rd fret with your 1st finger playing that once, then your 3rd finger in the 5th fret, and you're going to play that twice. Okay, so all together, that's all there is to that riff. You're just going to play that a few times. Okay, that's the riff you're after. Play it much slower than that at first. And once you've got that down, you can start speeding it up. So there's 3 riffs. Yeah, so that's all there is to Iron Man. Just all in the same string, very similar to the 7 Nation Army one. The Simpsons one we did first is slightly different because you're using like 4 strings rather than just the 1 string, but it's not too difficult either. So what to do is just focus on one of the riffs at a time, maybe practice that for a few days, nice and slowly. Once you can play it the whole way through, it's just a case of repeating it and repeating it. That's really what a riff is. Something you repeat lots of times. Each of them are really recognisable, and as far as riffs go, they're really quite easy, so they're great ones. They're great ones to learn as your first riffs, really. But yeah, just practice them over the next few weeks, taking them one at a time, going through them nice and slowly, and speeding them up as you get better. So yeah, that's all there is to it, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll learn some more riffs.